What's good? Devine Sports Gospel, episode 56. It's your boys, Matt and Mike Devine. We're here Sunday afternoon. Just finished watching the PGA Championship. There was a game 7 in the NBA, but all I could think about is how absolute dog shit the Padres played this weekend. 0 for 21 with runners in scoring position, left 23 guys on base, get swept at home by the Seattle Mariners. Disgusting performance. The dude should be ashamed of themselves. Every single one of them played like absolute dog shit in front of a sold-out crowd. Have some shame. Me is how we living.
Hey man, I was fortunate enough to have some stuff going on both on Friday and Saturday night. Some prior obligations that allowed me to not witness this masterpiece of dog shit. Unfortunately, today I was able to catch the game. Thought we were gonna maybe win it. Tatis leadoff homer, and then just feeble. Jackson Merrill has his hand taped up. No clue what that's for. Hopefully he's all right. Hasn't been swinging the stick too well, but I also kind of want to kick things off and maybe temper the fan base a little bit here. Jackson Merrill is unbelievable. He's an unbelievable player. Every player goes through some peaks and valleys. Jackson Merrill's had like an iffy week. Probably the worst he's looked as a Padre so far.
Yeah, he had a bad week. He was slumping.
But that happens in baseball, man.
100%.
Everyone in the comments is like, "Oh, he's like, because he's still hurt." People. Not everyone's gonna get 4 hits a game every single game they play. Like, let's stop thinking that this is MLB The Show with sliders turned all the way up. Like, he's a normal baseball player. He's gonna go through some peaks and valleys. The main issue is that it does seem like the whole team is in a bit of a slump right now, right? Like, it doesn't seem like Manny hasn't been hitting the ball as well as he hit it the last few weeks. This week, Merrill isn't hitting. So when you're really relying on only Tatis, and I mean, Xander's actually hit the ball pretty well. Gavin Sheets has hit the ball well. There's just
Mike, it's simple, bro.
The lineup just doesn't. It doesn't excite me.
Mike,
right
it's extremely simple. If you go 0 for 21 with runners in scoring position, you are not going to win a series, let alone just embarrassing, dude. Manny Machado, embarrassing this weekend. So many double plays. Dude has 3 home runs. It's May 18th. Everybody's telling me he's going to hit more home runs when it's later. I'd love to see it. Hey, Manny Arise, right? Right now he's Manny Arise. I want to see Manny Machado. Hey, maybe a couple more nukes and less singles, and we can let it rip. The Pods will be all right. But that was a frustrating series, man. You have Nick Pivetta on the bump, who gives you a great outing. Michael King, not his best outing, kind of got fluked to death a little bit. Just a bad performance, man. Just like very, I hope they kind of, I mean, I know they're in a good spot right now, but like, I hope Schilt kind of reams into him, man, because they just looked like they were just like, I usually am so excited to watch the Pods. I'm like, hell yeah, this is going to be sick. But then they go into these lulls every like 2 weeks where you just have like a series like this where they look like absolute dog shit. Reminds me of 24 scoreless, where I'm like, these guys aren't even trying. Elias Diaz and Martin Maldonado seem like nice guys. That being said, I'm pretty sure combined our catchers, I saw on Twitter, and then I saw Elias not get a hit today with runners in scoring position. I'm pretty sure our catchers are batting like 0.55 batting average with runners in scoring position this year. When Elias Diaz or Martin Maldonado's up with anyone on base, I do not think they're coming through. So that's a position we can improve upon. Left field, trash. Gavin Sheets, nice dude. Gavin Sheets is a DH. I get it. Sheets hit a homer yesterday. Sheets is all right. Sheets has been a good pickup. Gavin Sheets should not be our left fielder. That motherfucker looks like he has never played the outfield before. He bricked a play today that ended up being a 3-run inning. He looks like ass in left field. Him being a DH, I'm with. Jason Heyward, old as shit, can't hit. B-Lock, nice guy, no pop. So, left field, need a new left fielder. Catcher, would love a new catcher. Unfortunately, don't think that's going to happen. The big issue is if Merrill goes over fucking 50 in the series like he did today, You need other guys to step up because Merrill's been our best player when he's been healthy. Toddy, overall, still good. Hit a homer today. Toddy's good. If Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill, and Tatis combine for like a 1 for 13, you're not going to win a lot of games, bro. We're a very top-heavy team. So when that happens, it looks way worse than it is. You cannot go 0 for 21 in a series with runners in scoring position. Disgusting, embarrassing. There's people that spend their hard-earned money to watch this team this weekend, bring their family to Petco Park, and they fucking played like dog shit. They deserve to get cooked a little bit. They played like shit. 100%. Like, I bet you if you ask any one of those dudes in the locker room, they'd be like, yeah, we played bad. Like, we did not do good.
That happens.
Hard to watch, dude. Honestly.
It happens, man. It happens.
I know it happens, but I'm saying you also we're not gonna act like, hey, listen to me real quick. We're not gonna act like
never talk to me like that again.
Just saying, listen to me real quick. I was still doing a thought. We're also not going to act like, hey, everything's fucking Gucci when they go 0 for 21 with runners in scoring position and they lose a fucking easy series to the Mariners. Let's not act like, hey, it happens. It does happen. But we also have to talk about when they're not playing well.
I'm with you. I'm just saying that stuff sometimes will happen. There's clearly holes on the team that need to be fixed. Alan in the chat, wake up, Devine bros. Pods are 6-12 against good teams. Issue with that, Alan, is that the term good team that you're using is very subjective. Guardians, we swept. They're 25-21. The Braves have picked it up. They're obviously going to be fine. We dominated the Braves. So it's a subjective term. So I don't know if I agree with that take that much. But we have lost. We've had a tough month. May hasn't been good to the Padres. They haven't looked good. It's been a bit of a struggle. It hasn't been fun baseball. We were a Tatis walk-off homer away from probably
a really bad week.
Winning week of the season. It probably was already 2-4, not great. But you know, this is where you get to find out what this team's made of, right? You had a bad week. You're going to Toronto. Toronto's another team that's really just not that good. You should beat the Blue Jays, right? Like, you should beat the Toronto Blue Jays. We go Toronto and then who? The Mets? Is that where we go back to back?
No, Braves.
Toronto and then the Braves. Braves are hot. Road two probably pretty tough road series, though. You're going across country. This is where we figure it out. I think that there's a couple of players that are clearly on the chopping block right now. Heyward's on the chopping block. I clubhouse guy. I would love to see a phantom IL, maybe keep him in the locker room, but there's no reason Jason Heyward should be playing a game.
Also, one sec. Halos in the infield. I hate to be a dick, bro. Padres are frauds. We swept the Dodgers for you, and you couldn't even win one for us. Let's take it easy. Angels are not making the playoffs, so don't
brother. You're 20-25. We're 9 games above 500. You're 20-25.
Let's be real, boys. Angels are not making the playoffs. Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, we appreciate the sweep, but let's take a reality check.
We also just beat you fucks too, so just remember that. Like, you guys swept the Dodgers.
Heyward,
congratulations.
I agree.
Heyward, I think Heyward's on the chopping block. This team has no depth right now, which is tough. I think, Halo's in the infield. We want to take a couple guys off your team's hands. Listen, you guys are fucked. I hate to say it to you. Your team's not going anywhere anytime soon. You need prospects. Taylor Ward, welcome to San Diego. Tyler Anderson, welcome to San Diego. Both you guys. I would love both of those guys to be on the Padres. We'll give you a fucking, I don't know. Who would you give up in that trade?
Give you Boston Bateman? I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I don't give a fuck about any of these prospects, man. Except I kind of fuck with Kavares Tears. I want to keep Kavares Tears. He's got VAR. Matt, the issue with this team right now is they're playing with no energy. There's no swag on the field. No swag, no energy.
Hey, Taylor Ward's batting 190. You guys are so funny, bro. Hey, guys, Taylor Ward would lead our team in home runs. So 190, guys, stop looking at batting average, please. Kyle Schwarber only hit 220, but he hit 50 fucking homers.
Yeah, Taylor Ward's on pace for 40+ homers, my guy.
You guys are pissing me off a little bit in the chat. I won't lie.
Yeah, LMFAO, who do you want? Who should we go out and get right now? That's cheap.
It's the same people, bro. The people that bitch on Twitter, and then you say, hey, okay, maybe we go get Taylor Ward. Why would you ever say that, bro? He's batting 190. What do you want?
There's no depth. We're playing Jason Heyward, but the guy who has 12 home runs already this season, we don't need to go out and get. The guy who had a 750 OPS back-to-back seasons, hit 25 homers last year, already at half of that number this season. We shouldn't go out and get. Makes no sense.
Jason Heyward batting?
Jason Heyward, does he even have an average? I don't even know if he has an average. Let me see what Jason Heyward's doing.
This team desperately needs pop. I don't care about defense, man. Even though Sheets today is a little bit hypocritical that I said that.
Jason Heyward is currently hitting 177 with a 505 OPS and 2 home runs. Taylor Ward is hitting 199 with a 700 OPS and 12 home runs. Taylor Ward's expected OPS is 815. That is a good pickup. That is a guy that you would have play left field. He hit 2 homers off of us. He hit another one.
He hit a few against the Dodgers this weekend.
He's been raking. You guys, like, I don't understand. And Ward's terrible defensively. Okay, but Jason Heyward looks like he can't catch a fly ball out there. Gavin Sheets literally looked like he never saw a fly ball out there. Jason Heyward is he's a great big leaguer. He's had a great career. He's had a great career. I
don't think right now he's a good big leaguer. I think he's had a great career.
I'm saying in his career, he's a great big leaguer. Like, no one's arguing that Jason Heyward. He's been great. He had really good seasons. He won a World Series. He's a great big leaguer. He had a great career. He was a highly touted prospect, and you could make the argument that he lived up to it. Maybe not as much as people thought from like an MVP standpoint, but a really solid career as a baseball player. He is not. If you are trying to win a World Series in the big 2025, you cannot have Jason Heyward be your starting left fielder. And Taylor Ward is 31. He has 12 homers. If you can go out and get Taylor Ward, again, in Halos, no disrespect to you, you guys are not competing this year. You're not going to be in the playoffs. Your team is going to trade people at the deadline and in the hopes of obviously getting some solid prospects that you could pair up with Zach Neto, who's an absolute dog. Logan O'Hoppe, great player. You guys have a good young core. Taylor Ward's not going to be a part of that future. We need Taylor Ward. We would kill for Tyler Anderson as a back-end rotation guy. Like,
great.
That's a good trade partner. And as somebody mentioned earlier, we traded for Luis Ariz last year in May. There's no rule book that says you have to wait till July. This team has holes. We're one game back in the division going into Memorial Day weekend. The Dodgers are good, but they have holes as well. But what the Dodgers are going to do is they're going to fill up those holes quickly.
Pause.
I was right on cue.
Pause.
They're going to fill up those holes quickly. Pause again. Padres need to do the same. They need to go out there and fix left field. They need to try and fix the catcher position. I won't even say I love Elias Diaz. I think he's okay. He can sometimes put together hits. He can't come through in the clutch, but that's the issue with this team right now. Not a lot of guys can come through in the clutch.
Mike, they went 0 for 21 with runners in scoring position. That's why we lost the series. Like, you have Jackson Merrill, who has been a dog pretty much for a year straight, has his first bad week of the season. No one picks him up. Manny Machado, come through one time, Pops. Meaningless Manny. Hey, man, 3 homers in May. I know people are saying, he's going to get his numbers. Better fucking hurry up. 3 home runs. You have the same.
That's like a direct shot at me saying that. We just placed a bet today. We placed a bet. I got Manny hitting 26 homers this year.
It's just not going to happen.
He goes through stretches where he's unstoppable. He's been hitting the ball hard. He's going to find the power stroke. Shit happens every season. You are probably yourself the biggest Manny Machado complainer on planet Earth. On planet Earth, you're the biggest complainer. And you know what he does every single year? And you always say this when he goes through a hot streak. Man, he's always right. Check the back of the baseball card. You think he's ending with like 15 home runs this year. Wake up. That's not who he is. Manny Machado,
Mike, he's never
Manny Machado is going to get 26 homers. He's going to sacrifice average because you know what he cares about? He cares about getting those amount of homers. If it's him going out there and swinging for the fences every single time, he's going to do it. But he's
you can sacrifice average this week and get those double play numbers up like he did, bro.
You guys, this fan base is kind of sickening sometimes, yourself included. People expect me. Oh my God, bro. It's actually, you are one of the most frustrating. This is like arguably one of the best.
Cronies look good.
One of the best starts in terms of.
He needs to hit more bombs. We have no bombs.
But my point, Matt, is he's hitting 317 with an 846 OPS, and he hasn't hit that many bombs. He's going to hit bombs. That OPS is going to be in the 900s. He's hitting the ball so hard right now. Sure, he hit into a couple double plays. He has been raking. He's been locked in. The team is a couple big hits away from probably going 5-1 this week. A couple big hits.
But they didn't do it.
That happens. It's fucking baseball, dude. There's 162 games. You think every single game this team's going to come through in the clutch?
Can't
No.
get swept at home.
Does it suck when it happens back to
Can't get
back
swept
to
at
back?
home.
That sucks.
Can't get swept at home.
Well, they did.
No, I know they did, but I'm saying have a little pride. You're up against Brian Wu. Man, dude, these at-bats were fucking brutal. Work at AB. I kind of miss Tyler Wade. Tyler Wade at least worked ABs. He made some shit happen. Guys, man, oh man, some of these ABs, I'm like, these guys don't even want to be there. They want to go to Canada. They get that first, they're flying to Toronto. They want some Tim Hortons. They don't care about, I was like, dude, have a little pride, man. Have a little pride. You can't get swept at home. You have a sold out. Every single game was sold out. Swept by the Rays at home. Swept by the Blue Jays or by the Mariners at home. The AL owns us this year. But Michael King, hate to say it, pretty much every Michael King start, I feel like recently at least, we aren't winning with Michael King on the bump. Your guy's on the mound, Mike. You have your guy on the mound in a game to stop the sweep. We now would be tied for first place if we would have won that game. You're winning. And he just played like shit. And when the Padres are playing well, I'm going to hype them up. But I'm also going to hype them up when they're playing, or be honest, when they're playing bad baseball. I'm not going to be one of these glazers. It's like, well, actually, Manny Machado has a 317 average. Motherfucker has 3 homers. Matthew Lugo has more home runs than him. Matthew Lugo has more home runs than him. Matthew Lugo is a creative player. Guys, cannot get home.
Is there a way to clip? I need you to clip this video of what you're talking about with Manny Machado so that in September we can play it back. When this team wins 90-plus games, we can play this back, and Manny Machado is an all-star, and everything is classic Machado. He finishes with the numbers, probably hits 13 homers in July, and then you know what you're going to do?
I don't see that happening.
Okay, you haven't saw that shit happening the last fucking 3 seasons. You do the same shit every single year. It's clockwork with you. It's ironic only with Manny Machado. It's only with Manny Machado.
He's an easy guy. He's an easy guy to target when he's not doing well.
Just you?
Mees is dreaming.
You guys are well, LMFAO, you've had terrible takes all fucking episodes, so I'm not going to take that personally. Clip Measy saying Manny has 13 homers in July. I'll get it tatted on my back, dude. I don't give a fuck. He's going to. That's who he is. He does it every single year. He hits 11 home runs last July, or he hit it two Julys ago. He hit so many home runs.
Are you concerned that the Padres have played bad against teams over 500?
No, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. The Angels just swept the Dodgers. It's baseball, dude. Shit happens, okay? The Padres are fine. There's a couple of glaring issues with the team. Obviously, the bullpen was going to have some regression. You're not going to have a 1.6 ERA the entire single season as a bullpen. That's unrealistic. That happens. I don't like Yuki. I'm sorry. I hate watching him pitch. I just don't think I know he has good numbers or whatever, but he's a hard watch.
You're not a fan of the chef?
Sean Reynolds should be in more high leverage situations. The guy is nasty as fuck. Okay. We have a nasty bullpen. The bullpen's going to be fine. We're also one Robert Suarez mental breakdown on Monday away from sweeping the Angels. So people forget baseball happens. That could have easily been a sweep. And then the Angels go on this weekend and sweep the Dodgers. That's just the way baseball works sometimes. I'm not worried that again, and that was a take earlier. Oh, the Padres lose against good teams. What is a good team? It's subjective. We swept the Guardians. We swept the Braves. We're going to play the Braves again this week. We can see what they can do. Subjective. It's subjective. So like we swept 2 playoff teams, right? I'm assuming I'd probably put a wager down that the Braves make the playoffs this year. I think there's a good shot they're going to come back.
I think there's legitimate concerns with a few things. I think the number one concern I have is it seems like this team slumps together. It seems like they come together when they slump. Very similar to the issues we had in 2024 in the playoffs where we went 24 scoreless innings. When you see the team slumping like they did this weekend, right? 0 for 21 with runners in scoring position. What's an easy way to break out of that or make it a game, Mike? What did the Mariners do differently than the Padres did this year? Because the Mariners this weekend did not do well with runners in scoring position, except for today.
I know what you're going to say. They hit home runs.
We need bombs. We need bombs. That's why I'm on Manny. because Manny's supposed to be a guy that hits bombs.
I'll give you that.
Come on. Xander Bogaerts is unfortunately not a guy. We have him for another decade. I'm glad he's hitting the ball a little harder. He's not a guy that's going to hit me 15 home runs. I can't rely on Xander to hit 15 home runs. Jake Cronenworth, probably a 15 home run guy going forward. So that's two of your mainstays in the lineup, under contract for a long time, with 30 homers. A big, big loss. And what we're starting to see is the fact that our boy Jurickson Profar hit 24 homers last year. Kyle Higashioka hit over 20 or 18 homers and then balled out in the playoffs. We are missing 40-plus homers from those guys, plus Manny, who hit 30, and now he's only at 3. So the number one issue with this team is the lack of home runs. That's why a guy like Taylor Ward, who's on pace for 40 home runs, I could give two shits about his average. Guys. Seriously. Oh, man, he's batting 201. If this guy hits me 35 homers, I would not say a fucking peep. Because guess what? You hit a 3-run home run in the 7th, we probably win a couple of these games. That's what it is. We're missing the pop. If Toddy's the only guy that can hit us homers, we're in trouble. Because Merrill has 3 this year. He's been hurt a shit ton. But let's say Merrill plays the rest of the season and is healthy, might hit 25 homers. Given that he missed time. Yeah. If we're lucky, he hits 25. So that's around the same he hit last year. We're going to need Tatis to hit 50 to come even close to the same amount of homers we hit last year. We're desperately missing pop. And I know if the DSG's saying it, Preller knows it. So how are we going to get it? Taylor Ward's an easy fix. We just played them, right? Who's some other guys we can get in this lineup that has some fucking pop, dude?
I mean, the pipe dream, it would never happen because the Phillies are also really fucking good.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't happen. But a guy like Kyle Schwarber.
I would trade everybody in that farm system, obviously outside of Leo Drury, for half a season of Kyle Schwarber. I would trade everybody. But that being said, it won't happen. So I'm looking at the standings right now. Easy trade candidates are teams that need to trade. Baltimore needs to trade. They're 15-30. They just fired their manager. Their season's cooked. I don't know who they would trade, but they are a trade candidate. Tampa Bay Rays also a trade candidate. I would pray for Yandy Diaz. It would never. I don't know if that would happen. I would trade for Yandy Diaz. Looking at the AL Central here, White Sox. We've talked about Luis Robert. He's on pace for like 35 homers and 50 stolen bases with probably 250 strikeouts. So he is what he is. He's a candidate. He would cost probably a nice chunk for Luis Robert. And then you look at the Angels. We just talked about the Angels, the A's, Pirates, terrible. Andrew McCutchen would be a nice add in left field. It's not like
not enough bombs though.
I get it. You got the Milwaukee Brewers that they also look like they're going to be selling. They're 22-25. Pat Murphy shitting on the management in the media. So Marlins 18-27. These are the teams that are available. Nationals, Nate Lowe, you could maybe go out and get. He has 8 bombs. That wouldn't be a bad pickup.
How about we old guy that we always wanted to trade for that's having a pretty decent year in Milwaukee. Reese Hoskins.
Yeah.
People are saying Kyle Stowers, guys. There's literally no way.
Why would they ever trade Kyle Stowers?
The time to trade for Kyle Stowers was last year. He's a stud now on a rookie deal.
Guy on a team-friendly contract that has 12 home runs and is probably a cornerstone for their future. They're going to trade him for what? Ethan Salas? Guy who can't hit a lick just because he plays good defense at catcher? They're not going to trade Kyle Stowers for that. That was a fleece, dude. They got Connor Norby and Kyle Stowers. That was Peter Bendick's masterclass.
Yeah. They got him for fucking Trevor Rogers, who's absolute dog shit. Reese Hoskins has a 133 OPS plus this year, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, what does it take? What does Reese Hoskins take on a 1-year contract?
I think he would take maybe like a Isaiah Lowe type.
I mean, dude, if that's the asking price, you do it tomorrow. I think the Brewers probably have. I think Reese Hoskins probably has another month on the Brewers to see if they can turn it around.
Guys, I completely agree with Mike Schultz's comment, by the way. I'm not sitting here saying it's easy, but I'm not going to alibi it either. There's no concern on my part. There shouldn't be necessarily a concern, but you should also be like, hey, we played like absolute dog shit this weekend. Like, this is still a good team. I'm not saying, oh, we're cooked, we need to sell all that stuff. We're still a good team. But when you get swept at home, it's embarrassing. And especially those games where you're like, hey, come through with runners in scoring position, we won the series. So, like,
I mean, Reese Hoskins is that's a fantastic candidate.
So you get Reese Hoskins, Mike. You have Reese Hoskins come in, play first base. Left field, you get a Taylor Ward type.
Okay.
This lineup,
you DH your eyes?
Yeah, you DH your eyes. You can DH, you can move some people around. Now look at the lineup today.
I love that take. That's such a good take.
Why? I mean, that's the kind of guy.
I think that the Brewers are probably in a spot right now where they're like, we're gonna give it another. That might be like perfect deadline guy because like I don't see them 3 games under 500. I don't see them giving up on the season yet. But I mean, dude, we gotta fix this, man. At some point, like left field is terrible. We have no bombs. Manny's gonna hit his bombs. I'm telling you. I know.
I'm hard on Manny, and I apologize to an extent. It's just hard sometimes. Like yesterday when he struck out with the bases juiced, I'm like, dude, like that's the type of move where you're like, him and Merrill both. I'm like, guys, just get a single, right? Or even a sac fly. Completely changes the game. But like both King there was brutal.
Let me give you
Manny's been great this year, but I am a little concerned with the lack of power. But I also saw someone say I forget, someone in the comments said that Manny Machado this time last year had 5 homers, and 3 years ago he had 7, and he ended up with 30. So you might be right, Mike.
He's July Machado, dude. The guy he loves his birthday, and he's going to hit 15 homers after it. That's just the way he is. He starts a little bit slow on bombs, but the good thing is that he's hitting the ball hard. Once he starts elevating, those balls are going to fly out. June, July, air gets a little bit thinner at Petco. The ball starts flying a little bit more. The weather gets hot. Manny hits his home runs. It's clockwork. It's gonna happen. This is gonna be. I'll do another friendly wager with you right now, and I'll put $20 or like maybe a rack of a beer between us two on Manny Machado on this road trip hitting at least 2 home runs. 6 games. I think he hits 2 home runs this week.
I'll take that.
He's due.
And he's been due for fucking 4 weeks.
He's been hitting. He just hasn't hit home runs, bro.
It's Manny Arise. He's become Luis Arise. We don't need him to be Luis Arise. We need him to be Manny Machado.
He's actually hitting much better than Luis Arise. I think he also has 12 doubles, by the way, or something like that. So
no, we need him to be Manny Machado, not Manny Arise. Oh, congrats. You hit a fucking single when we were up 4, man. We need him to hit nukes. People are saying Manny's more worried about his money on SDFC. Come on, guys.
You guys, this fan base is egregious, dude. I don't know what everyone's gotten into, but we got to wake up a little bit.
I will say, you can tell the people that have gotten into baseball a little earlier than others via Twitter when the pods go on a pretty gnarly loss. Because our comment sections get absolutely insane, dude. And I'm like, yo, guys, getting swept sucks. They played like shit over 21 with runners in scoring position. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if they sweep the Blue Jays. They're a good team. They just got to get hot. My biggest concern is the lack of power. Also, over 21 with runners in scoring position, not good. That's just bad baseball. Bad baseball. Like I feel like you ask any guy on that team right now, they'll say, yeah, we played like shit. And it sucks, but it's May. It happens. We'll be all right. But there's definitely some areas of improvement that we have to make.
How many doubles do you think Machado's on pace for this year? How many?
40.
60. He has 14 doubles. Okay. Through 44 games, he has 14 doubles. When the ball starts to lift and those doubles turn to homers, he's going to hit 30 homers. It's the way he plays. He has been raking this year. He had 30 doubles last year. I
know Manny, dude. You could also say, I know you're a Manny Glazer. I think there's a healthy medium where you could say, I'd like to see Manny hit some more home runs, but I'm not concerned.
You literally 20 minutes ago said you're fucking concerned. I meant
I'm not concerned as him as a player, but he's become Manny Arise.
Okay. Fair Fair enough.
We're not paying you $35 million to hit fucking doubles.
He's on pace for 200 hits. So I'm just saying. My issue with you sometimes is that you point all of the blame in the wrong directions.
Okay, who's to blame?
Right now, this week, I think you could make the argument that it was Jackson Merrill to blame. I know no one wants to touch the golden boy, but like he played like shit.
Yeah, he played like shit.
It happens. It happens. It happens. He's gonna win us games, and then he's maybe gonna have a tough week. It's the way baseball goes. We went 2-4. We didn't go 0-6. Shit happens. You're not gonna win every single week. It's not the way it works. We're 9 games above 500. I think we're still on pace for 90+ wins.
I agree.
Shit happens. I'm just saying, like, if you look at blame, it's easy to point the blame at multiple locations. These are the spots that need to be filled. Catcher, you can point the blame at. I think we need another rotation piece, to be honest. I would like to see it. I don't feel like – I think that the negative regression for Randy is going to come through. The escape artist, at some point, it's going to bust. It's like the Matt Waldron effect of last year. He's been good, but, like, he's also been lucky as fuck. Like, when you load the bases multiple times a game and you escape, sure, you can say that you're doing good, but good would be not loading the bases at all. At some point, that's going to flip. Yu Darvish coming back is going to be huge, right? Hopefully he comes back healthy, stays healthy for the season. Yu Darvish, you know exactly what you're getting every single game. Michael King, you know exactly what you're getting. Dylan Cease, a little bit volatile lately, sharp as hell. Michael King is going to give you – Pavetta's been a stud. I call him Nicky at night. He's a home guy. The guy hates pitching on the road. He can't pitch for shit on the road. Dominates at home.
Flaky P.
I'm just saying, you know what you're getting out of these starters, so you have to think, all right, our pen's pretty nasty. Michael King's going to give us 6 innings, 2 runs, at worst 3 runs. We need to basically score 3+ runs to win this game. They've scored 1 the last 3 nights.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not enough. There's places to fill. Left field, I'd blame them this week. Catcher, I'd blame them this week, right? Like, Manny Machado is not to blame. Jackson Merrill had a bad week. He's not to blame. Those guys haven't done anything this season that have halted this team. Left field has, catcher has. Fix those spots, Preller. That's your job. Your job is to fill those spots.
I completely agree. I think AJ Preller took a gamble on some guys, like a Jason Heyward, and the gamble didn't work out. Didn't work out with Yuli Gurriel. Didn't work out with Jason Heyward. What's your job now? Your job is to figure out how to get this team in a spot where we don't have black holes in the lineup, and just figure out ways to make it so that this shit like this weekend doesn't happen. Honestly, like, you need, I don't know if it's a hitting coach or what, but like the approach is like, no baseball team should go 0 for 21 with runners in scoring position. That is not a Padres thing. That's a baseball. If I was in high school baseball, I would be like, yeah, our team's dog shit if you go 0 for 21 with runners in scoring position. You know what that means, Mike? You got guys on base. You have no clutch. No clutch.
Well, when your top of the lineup gets on base and you have black holes in the bottom of the lineup, you're going to not score. The only way to win games and have a complete lineup is to fill left field and catcher. So you know what? I'm actually going to take back the blame on the players. No one from a player's standpoint was to blame this week. There's one person to blame this week, and it's AJ Preller, because those spots should be filled. You got to cut your losses. Look at the Dodgers today, this week.
Yeah,
they cut Austin Barnes. These are loved franchise players. Austin Barnes, Chris Taylor, 2 guys that have been there essentially for the last decade.
Yeah.
Jason Heyward has no ties to this Padres fan base. And, like, don't get me wrong, people love him. People think he's a good guy. Think he's a good clubhouse guy. But you're not really ruffling any feathers getting rid of Jason Heyward for not performing. You don't have to keep the guy on the team because he's a nice guy.
Yeah,
you need to win games. So I'm just like, this is on Preller. You got to cut your losses at the right time. Elias Diaz isn't a starting catcher on a championship team. Jason Heyward isn't a starting left fielder at his age right now on a championship team. And when he comes up with guys on base and he's swinging at sliders in the dirt, you're not going to win those games. It's just the way it is. You got to get somebody that can actually come through in those situations. Taylor Ward hit a grand slam off of us to win the game in the 9th inning.
Yeah, I mean,
Guy's
but
clutch.
he's
Clutch.
batting
Oh, he's 190 average.
199.
He's 190 average, 12 homers. 12 homers. Who's the closest on our team outside of Tatis having 12 homers? Who's next? Merrill with 4?
No, someone has 6, I think.
Sheets with 6 homers.
That's terrible. Guys, that is okay, 2 things.
May. It's May, Matt. It's middle of May.
That is a humongous problem. If Fernando Tatis Jr. is the only guy with, 11 home runs is legit. Toddy's legit. But if the
12.
closest guy, Toddy has 12, he has 2 times more homers than anyone else on the team. That's bad, bro. That's bad. We need some pop, and we need some pop ASAP. I had a feeling we were going to lose. I knew when we lost Tiggy, we lost Profar, we were losing a lot of homers. But the replacement guys have not hit any homers. Mike, in the playoffs, I bring it up all the time. It still pains me for that game, but I bring it up all the time. Game 5, NLDS. Yu Darvish goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs, 2 solo shots. The San Diego Padres score 0 runs. The Dodgers go on to beat the Mets, beat the Yankees, World Series champs. They scored 2 runs, 2 solo shots. The San Diego Padres currently have maybe 3 guys in the lineup that can hit a home run. That can't happen. If you want to make the playoffs, guys, this is a good enough team to make the playoffs. I truly believe that. We're a good enough team to make the playoffs. But are we a good enough team to win the pennant? No. This isn't a good enough team to win a pennant.
I have a proposition for you here, right? I think Jason Heyward probably, like, if I was the GM, I hope you have a great retirement. You've had a great career. Adios. If you're not going to trade for somebody right now, and you're looking at that left field spot, why not go out and get the TikTok menace? Why not bring him back and see what he can do? He hit 8 homers last year. Bring back the freight train and see if he can swing the stick a little bit still. He had a good season. He had a 750 OPS last year. He had a 750 OPS. Why not see? There's no harm in bringing him back.
I like David Peralta. I don't think he's the missing piece.
Who is Alan Risk? Let's take down the negativity a bit in the chat, dude. You have been the most negative cat in this chat today. Dodgers got rid of Taylor. Dodgers need to get rid of Heyward, Maldonado, Diaz, Xander, Matsui, Peralta, Jacob, Morihone. Come on, man. Every comment has been negative. I need a little bit more positivity out of you. This team is 9 games above 500. You're acting like they had no shot at making the playoffs. They had the 3rd or 4th best record in baseball. Let's take
it. It was a bad series, guys. It was a bad series.
Incredible, man. It's incredible. Well, read your super chat. Super chat
here. Junior Caminero. It's just not going to happen. But I appreciate
Junior Caminero is like their franchise guy now that Wander Franco is, obviously.
What happened to him?
No longer on the baseball diamond.
So the issue with me is that this weekend was a frustrating. It was a frustrating brand of baseball. And guess what, guys? Off day tomorrow. We wake up on Tuesday. They go into Toronto. Let's say Manny hits a fucking 3-run homer in the first, and we're right back in it. That's what baseball is great for. It's May 18th. It's not even Memorial Day yet. But there are holes, and we know what we need, Mike. That's the best part. It's not like we're one of these teams. We're not the Baltimore Orioles that are 15-30. Alan, if we were the Baltimore Orioles right now, you are completely valid to lose your shit in the group chat or whatever this is, the chat. We're not the Baltimore Orioles. We're not the
15-30.
We're not these trash teams. We're a good team that is on a little bit of an offensive slump that also has a key area to fix, which is how do we get more home runs? Because in the playoffs, right now, this team is good enough, Mike. Like I said, this team is good enough as is, in my opinion, to probably make the playoffs. But in the playoffs, if we live and die by the, innings where the power of friendship innings, that's not going to happen in the playoffs because you're facing Max Fried. Obviously, he's on the Yankees, but you're facing Logan Webb. You're facing Yamamoto. Those are guys who are not going to allow walks. They're not going to allow, strings of 5 straight hits. So
I saw a great chat in there.
You hit homers.
I saw a great chat in there. JD Martinez.
Washed.
No, he's not. He's not. He had 16 homers last year. What is Washington?
Why is he not in the bigs?
I don't know. Matt. I don't know, but he wants to play. Why? My point is that is a flyer. You got to take some gambles.
I think he wanted like $15 million.
Well, he's not getting it clearly. He's not getting it. So maybe he decides to join the pods. I don't know. Why not? What's the alternative? We watch Jason Heyward still. We watch Brandon Lockridge over there who has no pop. What's the alternative of trying out somebody like JD Martinez to get some offense into the system? I just don't understand why
There's a reason he's not in the big leagues, is what I'm saying. I feel like if he wanted to be in the big leagues, he would be in the big leagues right now. He's asking for way too much money, I'm assuming.
I'm just saying, career 863 OPS, 16 homers.
How old is he?
37, younger than Heyward.
Well, Jason Hayward's trash, bro.
But I mean, I think like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, Mills said, yeah, let's replace one old head with another.
You guys, it seems like you guys don't understand who JD Martinez is.
I do. I know.
It doesn't seem like it.
Mike,
doesn't seem
where
like
are you going to play? Are you going to have JD Martinez as your full-time DH?
I mean,
are you going to put JD Martinez in left field?
No.
So where is he going to play?
I would DH him.
All right. So now you have Arise in right, or Arise in first. Are you going to have Sheets play left?
I mean, listen. If your biggest issue right now is lack of offense, you got to find offense somewhere. And if you have to sacrifice a little bit of defense out there in left field, you might have to do it. I mean, how valuable is a left fielder defensively?
Well, we saw today it kind of can fuck you if you're not hitting. Sheets went full. He had a little.
But also,
he did a chest bump with the left field wall.
He was the only guy outside of Tatis hitting the ball hard today.
Bro, Sheets is good.
That's what I'm saying. So sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit of defense. It's not his fault that our catchers can't come through in the clutch. It's not his fault that Jackson Merrill's in a slump. If you add in JD Martinez and you hit 16 homers, like, okay. You don't have to play him. No one's saying you have to play him every day.
I just genuinely don't know about, like, JD's such an interesting cat because I'm like, he gives me vibes where he comes in and just blows, dude.
Okay. Listen, last year, 16 homers, year before 33, year before 16, year before 28. What is the fault? What is the harm of seeing what he can do? He was an all-star in 2023. Give him a shot if he wants a shot.
Elias Diaz was the all-star MVP in 2023.
Okay, well, Elias Diaz has never had a 893 OPS. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I think that's a no risk, high reward guy. If he sucks, you DFA him.
I wonder how much do you think JD Martinez, if we sign him on tomorrow, how much do you think he would cost?
$8 million. I would do it. We have a lot. They've had a lot of projects. You know, last year Donovan Solano, David Peralta, they both were key contributors that brought us to the playoffs. Jason Heyward, Martin Maldonado, these guys are not going to be key contributors that bring us to the playoffs. So if you're going to do this whole unction, you know, we're going to try to get these guys who are on the last legs that want to go out and try to win a ring. This is that specific character. I don't know, man.
Someone says morale on the team seems low too. It's like they don't even care when they strike out. Crone watched a meatball and then hit a pop-up to end the game. Yeah, I mean, guys, if you've ever played baseball, you know when your team's slumping, there's nothing worse, man. Like the vibes are just low. I still think I'm going to write, and I'm going to end this episode in the next 2 minutes on a positive note because that's what we do. This series sucked. 0 for 21 with runners in scoring position. Brutal. We're not going to be with these weirdos that come on here and say, let's look at the brighter picture. But this team still has stars littered throughout. Tatis looks good. Hopefully Merrill's healthy. We have a brand new series. We have an off day, brand new series. There's legitimate holes that can be filled either by, like me said, signing a JD Martinez or trading for a Taylor Ward or doing something like that. That I know I'm very confident that AJ Preller and company are on it. So I think they're going to figure that shit out. We're going to make things happen. And guess what? We hit a couple more. If we went 2 for 21 with runners in scoring position, we probably could have won that series. Baseball is a very fluke sport. That run against Michael King, his third run he gave up. I think he gave up 2 infield hits that sequence. Also, that fatty Roddy Tellez hitting fucking 3 nukes against us is like, what the fuck? Sometimes those series are just not your series. So chalk it up to the game. I want everybody at home. I want everybody at home to do 2 things. 1, like this chat for the boys. 2, hey, enjoy a great Sunday night dinner. Fucking drink some water. Get ready to go. Wake up tomorrow for work, school. If you're unemployed, wake up and grab a beer. Who cares? And get ready because the Pods are going to be back on Tuesday. We're playing Canada. We're going to beat the Blue Jays. We're going to beat the Braves. We're going to come back to SD, and the vibes are going to be high, baby. It happens. Shitty series. Mies, any last words?
Who do we hope's passport isn't valid for this Canada trip?
I hate to say it because he seems like a nice kid. Alec Jacobs been pissing me off a little bit.
Jacob's got that. Jacob doesn't have the real ID.
My issue with Alec Jacob is that I'm watching him pitch. I'm like, dude, 73 is like, it's like a funny bit, but I'm like, dude, you're giving up runs every time. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what's going on?
All right. We'll keep it on a positive note. Predictions for this week. Blue Jays and Braves, 6 games total. What are you thinking?
I think we beat the Blue Jays. I think we go 3-3. I think we beat the Blue Jays and we lose to the Braves.
Right. Another week and we're still 9 games above 500. I like it. I'll be a little bit more optimistic. I think we go 4-2.
I would love that. Hey, this is a good team.
Manny Machado, 2 homers this week at least. Get ready.
Hopefully, hey, if Manny can start hitting nukes, sky's the limit for this team. Appreciate all you guys who watched. Everybody we were playing around with in the chat. You know it's all love. We'll talk to all you guys later, man. Appreciate you guys. And we'll see you soon.